How did Kendrick Lamar get Pusha T, No Malice, and the Clipse dropped from their record deal? Let's talk about it. In a new interview with GQ, Pusha T claims that the relationship with Def Jam crumbled over Kendrick Lamar's verse on the song Chains and Whips. If some of y'all remember, there was a Louis Vuitton fashion show and they were previewing some new Clipse music. One of those songs was Chains and Whips.
My nip nigga and ice my bitch. Beat the system with chains and whips.
Well, apparently, Kendrick Lamar's got a third verse on that song, but UMG wasn't having it. UMG, aka Universal Music Group, the parent company of Def Jam, is also home to Drake, OVO Sound, and Kendrick Lamar's PG Lane. Given last summer's highly publicized beef between Drake and Lamar, which resulted in Drake filing a lawsuit against UMG, Pusha T said the label was hesitant on the idea of two of Drake's biggest ops putting out a song together. For those unaware, Pusha T outed Drake for having a son in 2018 during their own battle on Story of Adidon, while Kendrick Lamar buried Drake last May with Not Like Us. UMG doesn't even want to take a chance of looking like they're co-signing anything that could blow up in their face legally. So, I mean, you imagine Pusha T walks into the office at UMG and they're like, "Hey, Push, love what you're doing. We heard the album and it's absolutely fantastic, a classic, a masterpiece. But that song with that Kendrick Lamar, it's a non-starter for us, buddy." I mean, imagine that. Not because the music is bad, not because there was a diss, but because Kendrick's name on a track with Pusha looks like trouble. They wanted me to ask Kendrick to censor his verse, which of course I was never doing, says Pusha T. And then they wanted me to take the record off completely. The craziest line from the verse is, "Therapy taught me how to open up. It also showed me I don't give a F." This isn't the first time we've seen something like this. You go way back to when Lupe was with Atlantic and they shelved his album for being too political. He had fans protesting outside the building, but the project never dropped. Even Nas wasn't immune to this. Back in 2007, UMG forced the Queens rapper to change the title of his album from Nigger to Untitled, or risk losing $84 million in state investments. And we can thank Assemblyman Hakeem Jeffries, which is a Democratic bigwig, for that decision. So after a month of not deleting the Kendrick Lamar verse, Steve Gawley, the lawyer over there at Def Jam, was like, "We'll just drop y'all." And Pusha's like, "But that can't work because I'm still here as a solo artist. But if you let all us go, then maybe we can work out some sort of deal." And so Def Jam ultimately decided to release the Clipse and drop Pusha as a solo artist. Pusha said allowing Clipse to search for another label home. If they would have stayed with UMG and not had the Kendrick Lamar verse, that album wouldn't have done as well, because the Clipse, they're not going to put out any chart-topping hit single that's going to drive sales. They got to have that moment or that verse from that special artist that's going to get people to come check it out. And so us knowing the history between Kendrick Lamar and Drake and Pusha T and Drake, and knowing that Pusha T and Kendrick have great chemistry on records, we're going to be dying to hear that track. But UMG didn't want no part of that, and so it was smart to Push to leave and still have that verse in hand. Now they've landed at Roc Nation. They got full support, and Pusha said that other labels were even trying to bid for the project, but Roc Nation gave them the respect and the freedom that they wanted. What this really shows you is how deep of the impact the Drake lawsuit with UMG is having over the industry. A whole year after the beef, the labels are still shook. UMG would rather lose a classic album than risk looking like they're siding with Kendrick and Pusha. Kendrick didn't even take a shot on the song. That's the crazy part. But his name alone makes lawyers nervous. That lawsuit got the whole industry walking on eggshells. So now artists are getting blocked, albums are getting shelved, and label execs are more focused on courtrooms than creativity. This is bigger than rap. This is what it looks like when power shifts in real time. Let me know what y'all think. Did UMG make the right call protecting their lawsuit, or did they prove Drake right and kind of their collusion to get him out of there? Let me know what y'all think. Like the video, subscribe, comment, stay dangerous. Peace out.